Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Misha. Thank you guys for joining me yet again for another review, child. We are back with a brand new review of Married at First Sight, season 14, episode 11. Oh my goodness, y'all. Before I get into it, if you are new here, then welcome. I give lighthearted reviews with a little bit of laughter and a little bit of shade and a whole lot of detail. If you are back for an 11th time, then y'all welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me. To all of my new subscribers, welcome here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Y'all, please don't hesitate to hit the like button, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you get anything out of the content. And also, don't forget to hit that notification bell so that you will be updated each and every time I upload a video. Now, child, enough of the niceties. Let's get into it if we're going to get into it. Day 29 of marriage. Katina is scraping those eggs, steady trying to prove herself in her cooking breakfast. Katina, okay, those eggs were dust. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Girl, if you don't put a little butter in the bottom of that pan, oh, child. But this is what he wanted. And next time you need to make some scalding hot grits and just meet him in the bed, okay? Michael and his short set, they getting ready for another excursion. Jasmina was like, why you dressed up? And I was thinking to myself, is he? Well, child, I guess. Lindsay and Mark laying in bed, Noah and Steve doing a refrigerator scavenger hunt and whatnot. She bringing the old up to the front and putting the new in the back. Child is a whole fool. Noah and Steve. Steve is out playing basketball, and Steve said, you know, after a month, he feels like they're doing pretty good, but he wanted to meet up with his brother Jeff because his brother Jeff is also married. And so his brother was like, so how's it been going? So Steve starts talking about Noy wants him to cook and clean, and he's noticing that he's doing everything. Steve, and again, you don't work, honey. I don't care what you've done in the past. I don't want to hear nothing about what you could have done. You're not doing anything else, honey. So at least cook and clean up, child. He said the one issue that they had was Noodlegate. Y'all know how that went. But Noy likes to run to her friends instead of talking to him. Noy, okay? Y'all really got to stop that, honey. That is never good. Keep your friends out of your relationship, especially your marriage. Because let me tell you something. Just like family, when you go back, they're going to be mad at him about what you told them. So just please leave them out of it. It's a whole fool. So Jeff offers him some advice, and he was like, hopefully you get some kisses. And Steve was like, yeah, hopefully. Steve, you know y'all already went to Pound Town. Moving forward, Lindsay and Mark. So Mark tells us that his job told him to come back when filming is over. He's like, you know, I have to break the news to Lindsay because, I mean, she didn't like the job. She didn't like the hours. She didn't like the pay. Okay, let's not forget that. He's like, I'm just looking up other opportunities. So Lindsay and Mark are talking about his plan for the next few weeks, right? Because they're sitting at the breakfast table. So he's like, you know, I need to look for work. I just feel like I need to find something. She's like, well, you know what? I'd rather you find the right job that makes you happy and fulfilled, honey. And don't forget, that makes him more than $60,000 a year. And don't think I forgot. Okay, I ain't gonna never forget that. He's like, you know, I don't think I can sit still that long. Like, I want to work. I need to work. I can't just do nothing. Well, child, don't let Steve hear that. Shout out to Steve. Steve said he could definitely do nothing, child. He want to do nothing all day long, honey. Steve, nothing more. She's like, well, you know, you can work on us. I mean, you can work on getting to know me. Lady, what? She's like, you know what? We're going to have kids one day, and the idea of you having a week off and all to yourself, I don't think that's ever going to happen again. Lindsay, Mark is not stupid. Have y'all ever heard the saying that they used to tell you in school, there's no such thing as a free lunch? There is no such thing as a break. Ain't no break, bitch. Ain't no break. Okay, she gonna throw it in your face. You know what? Your life's falling apart. All you do all day is sit here with the cats and eat goldfish. You have no job. At first you were making $60,000 a year. You're a bum. No, we're not about to do that, Lindsay. We are not about to do those. We're not about to play them games with you. He wants to work, so let him work. Because she gonna throw it in your face that you ain't got no job. And kids, girl, you said that he won't even sleep with you. So how you gonna get these babies? And that's all I want to know. So he's like, yeah, well, you know, I'm not thinking about kids right now. Like, that's down the road. I'm not really thinking about that. He's like, you know, everything's happening so fast and I don't have any control over it. He's like, the one thing that I have control over is me working like I want to work. Now he is sitting there letting her know, I want to pull my weight. You've already disparaged me before, and I'm letting you know that I've lost my job and I want to find another one expeditiously. This heifer gonna say. So what I'm hearing you say is there's too much going on. I can't worry about you. I can't worry about Lindsay or kids or marriage. Like, I just have to worry about my job and me and my house and me. Lindsay, how did this become about you? Huh? How did this become about you? You have no reason to be upset. He wants to work. It's happening to him. It's not happening to you. Like, girl, you are delusional. It is polar opposite from Noy. She wants him to stay wrapped up in the house. And Noy wants him to go on, be a free little bird. Go on, fly, Steve. Steve, go on, fly, child. Oh, this is a mess. She found a way to make this about her. Lindsay knows she can be manipulative, child. She wants him to be kept so she can throw it in his face. And she ain't fooling me. She's like, you only care about Mark. Like, are we in this together? Because I can't be the only one trying to make it work. That doesn't work for me. That man just lost his job. He was sitting in the car doing a dash cam, telling us, I'm going to have to break the news to Lindsay. Afraid to come and tell you because he knows your disdain for his employment. And you're going to sit here and tell us that you have to figure out whether or not he cares about you, because you can't be the only one trying. He is trying. He's trying to work. Are you serious? How self-absorbed can a person be? Oh, child, I do not have time for this. Day 29 of marriage. Noy and Steve. Noy goes to have lunch with a friend and she asks how she feels about, it being 1 month. So Noy was like, it's 80% good and 20% not. Okay, girl, but that's standard. 80-20. Okay, don't lose your 80 looking for your 20. Okay, he gonna get out there and work eventually. She said, he's always the one to fix our issues. He apologizes all the time. I mean, he's great. Blah, 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 blah. So the friend was like, okay, so what's the 20? What's going on with the job? So Noy said, yeah, I just have to help him be more ambitious, push him out there. I don't want to be the sole breadwinner. She said, so if you have to choose today. She was like, well, I love him, but is love enough? Child, Noy is so childish. Noy, you wanted to tell the man you loved him after 3 days, and he told you that he wasn't working at that reception. Now, I remember because the way you scraped your fork across that plate and got rid of the eat ever so, and you kind of looked at him out of this corner of your eye and was like, what, you don't work, but you still ate that Caesar salad. So therefore, and thus and such, leave this man alone, honey. Either peace or get off the pot, because you ain't leaving, girl. You gonna say yes. So y'all don't want to hear nothing else about it. I don't want to hear, and I don't want to hear no arguments about the secret millionaire down in the comments. Leave it alone, child. Leave it alone. If he is a secret millionaire, shout out to Steve, Mark, and Lindsay. Chris has made a reappearance. Hey, Chris, you look well. You look rested. You look like you care about you. I love to see it. So Mark is trying to find a gift for Lindsay for their 1 month anniversary. And Mark said, Chris always puts him in a good mood. He was the first guy that he met. He's like, it's like the first grade. When you meet your first friend, you're just so excited. I was like, oh, that's nice. Him and Chris are such good friends. So Chris starts trying to help him pick out some things for Lindsay. Chris is going to be a great husband. He really is. I really hope that he finds the right person for him because he is really a good guy. So they sit down, they discuss where he is, after the bowling alley blow up. And Mark said, we actually talked and she apologized. And it was actually her first time apologizing to me. He said, I'm not in love with her. And he made sure he made that clear, didn't he? I'm not in love with her. Okay, Mark. Baby, he let us know. He said, I'm not in love with her. And she's expressed that she's not in love with me. Well, duh. He said, but I'm still there because I want to see if things are going to change. So then he tells us that she says she's done all the time. He said she be texting me she's done. She tells me she's done. He said, but if I did that, then I wouldn't be able to come back from it. Exactly, Mark. So why do you allow her to do whatever it is she wants to do? And then when you do it, it's a whole problem. He said, I got to be true to who I am. I'm happy he not saying he love her out of fear. That's all I can hope for. Moving forward. Katina and Elijah. I'm sorry, Katina and Isaac. She's FaceTiming her longtime friend Imani, and she asked how married life was going, right? And she's like, well, it's an adjustment. I mean, he was getting frustrated with me because he felt like I wasn't being vulnerable. You know what? It really saddens me to see her take this stupid bait and blame herself. Girl, that is not why he was frustrated with you. He was frustrated with you because he thought he was going to get a live-in maid. He thought he was going to get a Stepford wife. And then here you come with your freakum dresses on, honey, with your head in the clouds and your everyday wig, and you ain't cooking nothing but Pop-Tarts. I mean, that's what he mad about. Girl, please. He does not care anything about you being vulnerable. And that's that on that. So she was like, I felt like I needed to guard myself. And does. So her friend is like, why? She said, I don't want to get hurt, girl. She said, in the past, I've been burned because I've given people my all and they've been the wrong people. But I feel, comfortable with Olajuwon. I feel like he's a safe place for me. And I feel like I can be vulnerable. Is he a safe place or is he giving stranger danger? Because I would go for the latter. Olajuwon ain't nothing safe about him. Nothing. The way he looks, the way he talks, the way he behaves, that hairline. Girl, please. So her friend is like, well, take everything you feel and go with your heart. No, friend. No, we do not want her to go with her heart. Her heart is on some BS. We don't want, go with your head, babe. Go with your head. If you were not Katina and you saw someone else with Olajuwon being treated the way that you are being treated, would you advise that person to move forward? Like, friend, honey, I know you're not here or whatever. I don't know where you are. But friend, no, we do not want her to go with her heart. Absolutely not. So then she asked about the romance. She was like, well, we do PDA and he kissed me on my neck, but we haven't consummated the marriage. She's like, when it happens, though, you'll be the first to know because I'm going to put, I'm going to FaceTime you. I'm going to text it to you and I'm going to put 1 through 5 stars and let you know. Well, I can give you my Yelp review on the relationship, honey, on this marriage right now. 1 star. Do not recommend. Moving forward, Michael and Jasmina. So his friend comes over and Michael is telling him, marriage is a roller coaster and, at the wedding they were cool, but now it's constant arguing. Then he said they had a huge breakthrough. Did I miss an episode? Because I try to bring you a review each and every week. Because when did they have a huge breakthrough? Wasn't she just rolling her eyes and stomping her feet and going out in the hallway last episode? Or was that, what? Child, I'm so confused. Okay, the power of editing. Let's see what's happening. I'm okay. He said, he asked why she wasn't being vulnerable. And she said, because the effort wasn't there. He said, it's funny because I thought I was giving effort. I changed my work schedule for Feeney. Pause. He changed his work schedule for the dog. Now that is some real effort. He said, I'm trying everything, but none of those things were connecting with her because she doesn't like you like that. That's why. And because you're giving her your love language, maybe you like acts of service and maybe she likes words of affirmation. So because you do acts of service, she looking at you like, where's the words of affirmation? Because she keeps on saying, communicate, talk to me, talk to me, talk to me. So I don't know what's happening, but I'm just going to give you that. And hopefully that's what it is. Because child, this whole thing is a fool. It really is. And listen, when a woman likes you, your effort will be appreciated. I don't care if you bring her a bagel out of the kitchen. Oh, thank you, babe. Look at Katina. She likes Olajuwon for whatever reason. I'm not exactly sure why. I don't know what her dates have been in the past, but she likes him. So anything that he does, the minimal effort that he gives, which is absolutely nothing but waking up and breathing in the morning, she likes it. So Michael, from a woman to you, she's just not that into you. Moving forward. He said he was doing what he thought she wanted, and he started saying, all these beautiful things about her, which I thought was so sweet. And he said that he needs a woman like Jasmina because she's going to help him and catch him when he's slipping. Okay. He said, she has all the qualities that I'm looking for. And again, okay. I love the beautiful words that he said or whatever, but don't let her dismiss your feelings while you're trying to cater to hers. I understand that you like her and, you're trying to make this marriage work. And I really want it to work for you, Michael. I really do. I want the two of you to be a success story despite what we out here in YouTube and TV land are seeing. I really want things to be the way that they should be. But do not let her dismiss your feelings. Please don't. Day 31 of marriage. We see all the couples as 1 month approaches. And, they're each saying little things about their 1 month anniversaries. And then we go over to Jasmina and Michael. So he goes into the bedroom where she is and he wakes her up and she's already fully dressed, hair down. And y'all know Jasmina gonna sleep in that bonnet. So child, this was a whole setup, but we'll just go with it. So he has a beautiful spread for her laid out and she's like, oh my God, this is so cute. Honey, still no kiss. And she's like, I love it. I'm just really gonna cry because I'm very emotional. Oh no, child. Then she said in her confessional, it's so beautiful and I could tell that he put so much effort and thought into it because he knows that I'm very big on presentation and it looks like I did it. Girl, you couldn't even let the man have that. Why does it have to be about you? These women on this season, child, I am not impressed, child. So they sit down looking over their wedding album and they were looking over and there was one picture and I'm like, child, not they showed Michael's little Sherman Hemsley in one photo. goodness. Honey, if y'all don't know what I'm talking about, go back and watch that scene and then Google Sherman Hemsley and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. So then they look at their vows, and I like that part because I feel like these two definitely need to be reminded of the promises that they made each other when they first married each other, right? So Michael said the plan is to rewrite their vows and recite them later on tonight. Oh, that is so sweet. He said he's hoping it'll reignite some things. Okay, well, good luck, Chuck, Katina, and Isaac. So she's planning the surprise for their 1-month anniversary. She's like, people think the guy should plan, but for me, I don't care about all that. Like, I'd rather take things into my own hands and do something that I want. Girl, you ain't fooling me. You just don't want another cooking class. Okay, smart move. That's what it is, child. Because you already know he going to put together some foolishness. I do wish that we could have seen what he would have come up with, though. Because out of all the husbands, he did Nathan. Okay, Katina. You're working too hard for this young lad, honey. I'm not understanding what is happening. Oh my goodness. Moving forward. So then we see him in his confessional. He's like, this is so exciting. My wife is giving me my first experience of a gondola. I mean, it's just, I don't know if that's how you say it. It's a gondola. Like, it's so romantic. It's gondola. Okay? Ganja is what you had, and that's what had you acting a fool last episode. He's like, I'm just lost for words. Okay, whatever. So they get in the gondola, right? And she's like, why I did this and why I picked this activity? He's like, no. She said, because you always say that you want to travel. And I've been to Italy. So, I just feel like if we did this, it would feel like we're traveling somewhere. I'm like, oh, that's so sweet. But again, he would get nothing from me. Let him show up for you, Katina. Let him show up for you. Let's see how he shows up. You're trying so hard to prove who you are and what you bring to the table, baby. You are the table. Let him pull up a seat and sit down. Child, I wish I would. He's like, this past week, you've really shown me who Katina is. Translation, you're doing what I want and you're catering to me, so I'm happy. Keep it up. Okay, you're definitely playing Destiny's Child. Let me cater to you, 'cause baby, this is your day. Do anything for my man. Baby, you blow me away. Ugh, child, I can't stand it. Shout out to DC3. So anywho, he's like, I'm glad we bounced back from what we were going through because I was scared. She was like, you was scared. I wasn't scared. I knew you was tripping. He said, I feel like we're growing emotionally. On a scale of 1 to 10, we're like an 8.5. I'm still not buying it. I'm not buying it at all. He was sitting there telling her how he wouldn't change a thing about her. She's the greatest. It's all because she is catering to his every whim. Katina, you cannot keep that up. Even a person who is a nurturer, I'm like a giver. I'm a person that likes to take care of my spouse and things like that. You get tired. There's going to come a time where you want to sit down and you want somebody to reciprocate the same things that you're giving. And I don't see that in Isaac. I really don't. Lindsay and Mark. He's taking her on a little surprise for their anniversary and she's trying to look at the GPS. Lindsay, just chill, honey. Just chill. So Mark was like, it's very important that she feels appreciated and I just want her to have one day where it's all about her. I feel that it should be all about the both of you, not just her, because it's your anniversary. A perfect example is Steve and Noy. They exchanged gifts. It wasn't simply about Steve. It wasn't simply about Noy. I don't know. I didn't like that. Maybe it's just me. I just want her to have one day where she feels appreciated. It's our anniversary. I feel like, well, this is just me. This is just my opinion. In my marriage, I felt like when it was our anniversary, it's something for the both of us. I want him to feel special and I want to feel special as well. It's not a one person type thing. So he takes her to this cute campsite and it was totally Lindsay. It was Lindsay all up and through. She got her Girl Scout on, honey, and built a fire while Mark got his Smokey the Bear on trying to blow it out. Mark was literally blowing for 45 minutes. I'm like, Mark, what are you doing? Lindsay was like, what are you doing there, buddy? He said, I'm trying to make it bigger. Okay, Smokey the Bear, only you can prevent forest fires. Michael and Jasmina. So he takes her to the spot they got married for a romantic dinner in his powder blue suit. Baby, when I tell y'all this was so special to me, thoughtful things like this mean the world to me. To have someone think so highly of you that they want to create the most special moment between the two of you, I was really shocked by that. Michael did the damn thing, baby. I love that. That was very special. So he tells her the plan is to recreate their wedding day. Aww. I shed a tear on that one. It almost, and I do mean almost, okay, because it ain't there, made me want to get a mate. But now I'm good. Moving forward. So they recite their vows, and Jasmina goes first, and she vowed to fight for them and not just fight, and not cut him off, and to listen to him. I really pray that she can stick to that. I really do. But I ain't buying it. So he reads his vows about the roller coaster in their relationship, and he promises to talk to her and not at her and give her 110% every day. So then they share a dance, and baby Michael is trying. Y'all hear me? He is really trying. Jasmina was very impressed with that, though. I will say that. She was very impressed, and she said that it really meant a lot to her. Child, I'm just happy to see them both smiling. Moving forward. Steve and Noy. So they go for their date, and they look so nice together. Steve and Noy look so nice together, but I just wish that he would give her the master plan, and I wish that she would stop being annoying. So they get to the date, and they have gifts for each other, and he got her something for sushi, and he got her a leopard print muumuu so they can match, and he's like, I'm going to get a suit so we can take a family picture. I thought that was so cute. But that muumuu wasn't it, honey. But it could be cute when you're just walking around the house, honey. You can give it some zhuzh. So in her confessional, she was like, oh, my husband really put a lot of thought into this, but I would like to have, a more productive conversation about our finances. I just want him to work towards a goal so that we can stay together forever. Child, Noy said, bump all that romance. What's in your wallet? Shout out to Capital One. Baby Noy said, what is in your wallet, honey? I don't want to hear nothing else. They really do need to have a real deep off camera, okay? Because maybe she'll come back and we'll see a difference. They need to have a deep off camera conversation about what Steve is doing. So Noy bought him a camera, and I thought that was sweet. But then I was like, girl, not a work gift. Noy, you ain't slick, okay? Because y'all remember Steve said he wanted to be a photographer and whatnot. So why Noy gonna buy him a camera? She like, look, there's a couple over there. Maybe you can get a little check. And go over there and take them some pictures, child, and charge accordingly. Moving forward. Jasmina and Michael. So they're talking about where they are now at the dinner, and they said that they found a groove, but Jasmina said that she hates that they missed an entire month getting to know each other with all that unnecessary fussing they were doing, and he's telling her that he wants to make the marriage work. So she said, I want to say yes on decision day if things continue like this and he keeps putting in the effort, and he said going forward he wants to start fresh. So then they cheers. Ting! Mark and Lindsay. So they're making their own pizzas, and Mark presents her with a gift of a plant, and then he had stones with different meanings on them, and that meant a lot to Lindsay. They start talking about their journeys thus far, and Mark said that he's gotten to know her and now they don't argue as much. So, okay, he said they laugh a lot more. I didn't see that. So Lindsay was pretty calm on this date, though. I did notice that. I guess all she needed was a little quality time, child. Noy and Steve. So they're having a romantic boat ride with Sushi, not to be confused with her dog and whatnot. And Steve is giving us a little Boston tourism history lesson. He's like, you see that over there? Yep, Boston Tea Party. Over there, to your left. Steve, I just had an epiphany. I need to go to Tiffany's. No, I'm just kidding. But I did just have an epiphany. You could be a tourism guide. The way you pointed out that Boston Tea Party and where we could get the ice cream and where we could go do this and do that, and you pointed ever so, I think that might be your next venture. Steve's Tours. I was once a cast member on Married at First Sight. Do you know how people will line up to go on that tour just to get a glimpse of Steve? And Steve, I'm speaking directly to you, honey. If in fact you do start Steve's Tours, then I'm going to need you to reach out to me, honey, because the cut of that is mine. Shout out to me. Moving forward. So they're talking and whatnot about how things seem longer than a month. It feels like they've been together forever because of all the milestones that they've had together. And Steve asked her if she was getting what she thought she was going to get. He's like, is this as good as you thought it was going to be as far as reality is concerned? And she's like, well, it's been good, but she said, I didn't know the experts were going to actually find someone who was like my match. So Steve is very pleased with her being his match as well, and they talk about that. So then he asks, what would help in the next month? You freelancing or whatever it is that you're going to do. That would help in the next month because I already know it's coming, but let's hear what Noy has to say. So she said, I want some type of plan about what's next. Like, what are we going to do for work? Like, what are you going to do, like, as far as our money? She said, if we don't have those discussions, then we might fail. Just say, if we don't have a conversation where I feel comfortable, I'm going to say no. Just tell him that. Because if you communicate that to him, then maybe he can talk to you about his plan. He said, but I mean, you've seen that I've tried to have those conversations with you, right? He's like, I'm doing my best. And I mean, it's not going to happen overnight, but all we can do is just try. Here go, Noy. Okay. Baby, these two are giving me a headache. Steve, tell her what's your plan, child, or you going to end up on IG again, okay? You will be a meme if you don't work. I'm telling you right now. And I'm going to be watching her stories to see what's happening all up and through y'all marriage post-decision day. Jasmina and Michael. Jasmina was really happy about their date, so she's sitting in the kitchen at the counter. He's like, you feeling me, ain't you? She was like, I am kind of feeling you a little bit. And I'm like, oh, okay, these two are really having a good day. Like, they are really going throughout the episode without one argument. I am loving it. So then they were like, okay, well, let's go get in the bed, child, with their outside clothes on and whatnot. So they get in the bed. And he asked her if their date brought them closer. And she said 100%. Like, it definitely reminded her of how happy she was. And she wasn't sure she could feel that way again, but she's happy. She's like, oh, okay, so what's next? Child, the day is over. Okay, you in the bed with your outside clothes on. Go and wrap your hair up and call it a night. But I mean, if you want to know what's next, I mean, a kiss maybe? I'm just saying. One misconception, though, I want to say this, is every day in marriage will not be fairy tale like. It does feel good when you have those special moments and your spouse is romantic or you have a good day. Those days do feel good, but the key to a successful marriage, I think, is to push through the days when you don't like each other, when you don't feel like seeing them, when you feel like living in your place by yourself. That's when, you know, you really are rewarded the most in a marriage or in any relationship for that matter. Katina and Elijah. So they're talking about their day, and she said, you know, I just feel like you've added so much joy to my life. I think you spelled hell wrong. Girl, not joy. So she's like, you know, I just think we're going to be okay in the long run. So then Isaac starts talking in third person. He's like, you know, the man that sits before you is a great man. Okay, way to pat yourself on the back, Jack. He's like, you know, because my wife calls me out on my errors without even saying it, you know, just being who she is. Read between the lines, Katina. He's telling you right here, you don't speak up and speak your speech. You don't pipe up when necessary. Boy, how can she correct you on your errors by just being who she is? That's a crock of bull, child. And if you buy that, honey, I don't know what to tell you. He's like, you know, I point the finger so fast and I'm not going to do that anymore. And yeah, right. The minute she doesn't do what she did the week prior, you will be on top of her. Like that wig on top of her head. You're going to be pissed and it's going to be a whole fool. He's like, seriously, you know, I enjoy you. I mean, even cooking. I mean, it may not be the best, but, you know, we laugh about it. I'm feeling you now. It's a difference between me liking you and me feeling you. I'm feeling you. Well, I'm sure she's over the moon about your approval. And this speech is all about him. Nothing about her. It's all about him. I am a great man. You're taking care of me. You correct me when I am wrong. I'm not going to point the fingers anymore. I'm going to be better. Like, boy, just shut up. She's like, you know, it was just so nice of him to say that he was feeling me. I'm so very happy, but I know that already. You know, but he needed to tell that to himself. I don't have no energy. I really don't, child. Moving forward. So then they get ready for bed, honey, no baths. She doesn't have any clothes, so she goes in and puts on his clothes, right? He has on some darker underwear to camouflage the stains and whatnot. And she comes out dressed in some basketball shorts and like a little tank top or whatever, giving full on Elijah 2.0. He's like, ooh, you look good. I've always wanted an athletic woman. Child, that right there, red flag, honey. Flag on the play, child. Absolutely not. Not you getting all riled up with her in your gym clothes. Okay. So Katina's like, I'm just so happy our marriage is more positive than negative, because she's out in the hallway and this is what she's saying. She was like, I just love, oh my gosh. Okay, wait, no, not love. I just like being with my husband. I have no words. It's their marriage, child. If you like it, I love it. Moving forward. Lindsay and Mark. So they're watching their wedding video and Mark is like, look at us as young kids and how much we've grown. It's been 1 month. You're the same age, Mark. Not look at us as young kids. He always talking about being a child again. He said, she's really my best friend and I want to protect her. So then he tells her that he feels bad for all the fights and all the pain that she's had in her life. He doesn't want her to feel like that. And when he sees her happy, she's really happy and he wants to protect her. Mark, first of all, do not take blame for every single argument. And where is all this raw emotion coming from? Every time they talk, Mark is saying what he's doing wrong and what he's done. He apologizes for this. But Lindsay takes absolutely no responsibility for anything. And then she attributes everything that's happening in their marriage to his problems. She never says anything about him or how she feels and how she's going to treat him better. In the next scene, the couples are getting ready for the group dinner. Child, this is where it's about to go down. Everybody's cleaning up real nice. And Katina's like, oh, I can't wait because I'm bored. I want to be like, anybody got any tea? Anybody got any drama? What y'all going through? Well, child, judging from those previews, y'all are providing the beverages at this dinner. That is hilarious, child. Now she want the tea and he gonna bring the tea. Moving forward. So they all get to the restaurant and their food arrives, right? So Mark asked how everyone is feeling, as far as in their marriage. So Lindsay starts talking about how, she's going to love Mark and he be tripping. And child, not too much with these two because it can turn quickly. So let's move on. So Noy said she had a puppy love type thing for Steve at first, but she's in love with him. She loves him and she likes him. Noy knows she gonna lay it on thick, don't she? And then she gonna go right home and ask to see his bank statement. So Noy, please. Steve is like, oh, you like all three? Like is even above being in love. It really is, because if you like your spouse, everything else is just a given. You have to actually like the person. Like, I really like you. If I didn't love you, I would still like you. And that's a big thing. So here go Lindsay. Love is a big word. Does it come with any, actions? She's like, yeah, we consummated our marriage. I like how Steve waited for her to answer, but I don't think that's what she meant when she said actions. But then again, it is Lindsay, so she might have meant it that way. Because what I thought she meant was, is he showing you that he loves you, even though you're saying that you love him? That's what I thought she meant, but I guess everybody else at the table thought that she meant, are y'all getting it popping? So Jasmina said, I didn't expect it to be easy, but not hard on day 2. But, we made a choice to treat each other like every day is decision day. Everybody was like, oh my gosh, that's so special. So then Mark says a few words. And so then Lindsay brings down the room by saying what she needs from Mark. So then she starts petting him like he's one of her cats. I'm like, Lindsay. Lindsay is something else. She is really something else, child. So Michael said that they need to, have deeper conversations about staying married. So Jasmina said, romance has to play a part because she's not there with Michael yet. She's like, I cannot picture myself saying yes on decision day if I don't have those types of feelings for someone or feel anything romantically. So she said if they continue to give 100%, then they can get there. Child, she ain't gonna say yeah. It's 4 weeks left. If the first 4 weeks we're not giving what was supposed to be gave, and the way this preview was for next episode, girl, moving forward. Steve talks about their issues, and he said, if they stay committed, they can build a life together. So then Katina chimes in. Baby, here we go. She's like, for me, it's about consistency, and I just feel like our foundation is solid. And I feel like he's turned over a new leaf, being the more calm Elijah one, and me being Katina. Baby, then Isaac speaks his speech. He's like, I just feel like we have great chemistry. But I question, is it marriage chemistry or friendship chemistry? Please don't let this bonehead embarrass Katina at this table in front of these people. Please don't let this man embarrass this woman at this table. Oh, but he about to embarrass her. Here we go. He said, I go off what I see. And I saw something today, and it makes me question, is this marriage even real? You keep questioning if the marriage is real. Are you a real man? Because I haven't seen anything that you've done for your wife besides recite these F-boy lines on your honeymoon and have those roses that Married at First Sight puts down for everyone. What have you done for your wife? In the words of Janet Jackson, what have you done for me lately? Like, you've done nothing for her. So I don't understand why you keep questioning whether or not your marriage is real. Like, I don't understand that. So, baby, everybody stopped nodding, chewing, and everything. Child, they was just looking. So Katina goes, I don't know what he's talking about. I'm lost. Well, honey, you about to be found. Because, baby, this silence in this room is deafening. Do y'all hear me? So he gonna say, so on the bus ride, this is what he said in a little confessional. I skimmed through her phone and saw something. And, I tried to get through the night, but I had to say something about it. First of all, you asked to borrow her phone. So why are you skimming through her phone? You're looking for something. And you know what I've learned? When you go looking for something, what you're doing right now, the way that you're behaving, it seems like that's your behavior. So since you know what you're doing, you're going to try to make sure she ain't doing it. That's what it was giving me, because you're the one that really can't be trusted. Because why are you going through her phone? She has given you absolutely no reason not to trust her. So why are you going through her phone? This is not making no sense. He's like, if you want me to bring it up, then I will. I'll be honest. She said, no, because I don't know what you're talking about. So then the producers asked Elijah, they said, so how are you feeling about decision day now? He's like, it's up in the air. I don't have a solid answer, but I will later. She's like, okay, look, we'll just talk about it in private. So then he proceeds to talk about it. Sir, she just told you we will talk about it in private. He's like, I saw it. I saw something coming here and I've been holding it in. Well, continue to hold it in. You're making everyone uncomfortable. Everyone is awkward. The whole dinner is a fool. Like, please keep yourself together. She's like, well, you brought it out in front of everybody instead of talking to me. So they're talking back and forth and back about how he didn't come to her first. He's like, I just got to be honest with myself. She's like, how are you being honest when you didn't tell me what it is? He's like, I don't have to engage in it. I can just address it so your husband is not okay. Well, child, we been knew you were not okay. And I mean in the head. But if you're talking about the way you're feeling in this moment, then okay. He's like, whatever it is, you're my wife. It shouldn't even be a conversation. Yes, it should be. You waited till now so you can embarrass her in front of everybody when she said she would talk to you about it privately. So yes, it should be a conversation. So then Lindsay pipes up and she's like, I hear you, because, we're a lot alike. And I know you're ride or die for this bit. But then this bit is like, I don't know what happened. Lindsay, who the hell are you referring to as a female dog? That's number one. Number two, her name is Katina. Katina, are you asleep? You are allowing Elijah to embarrass you. Because let me tell you something. I would have gotten up from that table and he would have had to chase behind me and we would have met outside to discuss this. Number two, all the times that you have something to say to Lindsay, you should be speaking your speech right about now. Girl, also, you don't know what goes on behind closed doors, Lindsay, so please shut it up. Girl, be quiet. That's why people don't like you. You don't call this woman out of her name and start piping up about something that has nothing to do with you. And Elijah, Isaac, how you gonna let this woman address your wife in such a vile way? Now, I don't care if she was trying to say it endearing or what she was trying to say it like. Her and Katina do not see it for each other in that way. So you will not come across the table. You love this B, and this B don't know what you're talking about. Lindsay, you get too comfortable. You get entirely too comfortable. You think you know everybody like you grew up with them. That is ridiculous. Baby, Katina and her wig are better than me, honey, because everybody would need to-go boxes when I was done with that table. Every last person. Do y'all hear me? So he's like, it's something I'm not okay with, and I'm dead serious. It's really something I don't want to address. Like, it could get ugly on camera and make me look at her bad. So, I'm going to talk to her about it one-on-one. Come on, Cletus. Come on, Cletus, you bad. Go ahead and say it in front of everybody. Since you want to embarrass me, then let's go ahead and discuss it. Talking about you going to embarrass me on camera and make you look at me differently. We've all been looking at you differently from the time you were introduced to us. I knew you were going to be a fool when we saw you at that bachelor party. Her mama knew you were going to be something. That's why she didn't have no respect for you. And at first I was like, you know what? Her mom is being pretty rude. But now she should have told you there was a rabbit over your shoulder, honey. Tricks are for kids. Boy, goodbye. So Jasmine is like, well, you said it and you put her in this awkward place because we're all like, what are you talking about? Yeah, he going to put it out there and then he going to play victim. So then Katina looks at him and she's like, I'm ready to go. Baby, this patchwork quilt head dude here loves to make a scene. You knew exactly what you were doing. You saved that as ammunition to get in front of the entire group and make your wife feel small. I do not know why they continue to allow Katina to be treated this way. But you know what? It's not even their responsibility because Katina is responsible for her own self. So Katina, I'm speaking directly to you, honey. You are responsible for you. Get up from that table and stop allowing Isaac to abuse you. Like, just stop it already. That is so embarrassing for her. I mean, why would you do that? So then they get up because now everybody's like, let's just go. So they get up. Why he gonna put his arm out? So she can cuff him under his arm. Are you serious? After how you just did her, and I was so proud of her for not actually putting her arm into his arm, because I was like, Katina, if you lock arms with that dude, I'm going to run through this TV. But she actually just kind of like pushed him and was like, boy, gone. I was like, I know that's right, girl. So they get home, right? So he walks up to her once they get home. He's like, let me see your phone real quick. So then she gives it to him. He's like, why do you have that? She's like, that's old. She said, it's been there for like a few years. So he's like, okay, so how would you feel if I had that in my phone? She said, I would ask you about it, but it's old. He's like, I see nothing but excuses. You are married. So baby, then he starts scolding her. She's like, I wouldn't be on there. Like, I don't understand what you're doing. Like, I wouldn't be on this level that you're on. He's like, you're a stranger. I'm putting 100% of my trust in. So baby, she rolls her eyes. He's like, and you're rolling your eyes? So you want to roll your eyes? She's like, I'm rolling my eyes because you are yelling at me. He said, okay, then we don't have to talk. So baby, when he said that, she jumped up. She was like, take this mic off of me. Take it off of me now. Why are you yelling at her though? Katina, allow me. Let me get him together, honey. Why are you yelling at her? Who do you think you are? Okay, I don't understand why your voice is going up an octave or two. Allow her to explain what the hell is going on with this app. Because you wouldn't have even known the app was in her phone had you not gone through it. Because you were looking to find something. So Katina is like, get this mic off of me. You're going to see the real Katina. Well, girl, let her out. Let's get into it if we're going to get into it then. Who is the real Katina? We're the real Katina. Please stand up. Please stand up. Shout out to Eminem. We need the real Katina. Not whoever this is you're pretending to be, the perfect wife or whatever it is, the good wife. We don't want that. We want the real and raw Katina. So he's like, if you're married, you shouldn't be on dating apps. Well, that didn't stop season 13. Shout out to Ryan. No, but in all seriousness, they both pissed, right? They are both pissed. He's like, if you come on Married at First Sight, then you don't need to be looking for love. Because if you're still looking for love by yourself on these apps, then you shouldn't be on Married at First Sight. Okay, I do understand exactly what you are saying, Elijah One. As invested as she is, though, in proving that she wants to be with you, I believe that she doesn't remember that it was there. I don't think that she looked at her phone, saw that, and then said, I'm going to keep this on here just in case. Oh, but don't think I didn't notice that you were getting all in her face, being extra aggressive and speaking to her in a nasty tone and then telling her, I deleted everything for you. Lies. Let me tell you how that's a lie. You said on your honeymoon that you deleted the Instagram app, right? You said, I deleted my Instagram. But then you told us that Lindsay DM'd you on Instagram. How is she DMing you on an imaginary Instagram that does not exist? Boy, please. One thing's for sure and two things for certain. A man will lie like Elijah One in a minute about changing a phone number, about blocking that ex, about these social media sites. And that's exactly what you are doing, Isaac. And you are not fooling me. So stop trying to act like your hands are clean, because child, they are not. It's a whole lie. And again, how about you let her explain before you start screaming at her? I don't know why production was just allowing this to continue on, but I feel like Katina did the right thing by taking off her mic, because the way that he was treating her was absolutely ridiculous. It really was. To me, this was just a glimpse of what's to come. If he did this on camera, he probably would really get in her face off camera. Like, I'm not saying that his feelings are not valid, because if I saw a dating app, I'm gonna feel like, well, I mean, what are you doing? Why do you have this dating app on your phone? But you didn't even allow her to explain it. Like, I feel like you're just using any old excuse so you can say no on decision day. Just say no on decision day and be done with it, because we are done with you. And go to hell. And usually I say respectfully, but I just want you to go. And that was the end of the episode. Ooh, child, y'all already know what time it is. It is time to meet for a Married at First Sight live on tomorrow night at 8 Central Standard Time. Y'all tell me exactly what you thought about this episode. What did you think about Michael and Jasmina's romantic date? Do you think Jasmina is starting to warm up to Michael? What do you think about Noy not letting go of the fact that, Steve is not getting his freelancing on? What did you think about Mark taking all of the blame for what's happened between him and Lindsay? And Lindsay was a little bit more subdued this episode, except for when she called Katina out her name, and I didn't like that. Lindsay, I'm speaking directly to you, girl. I don't like that. Okay, reel it in. Child, y'all comment down below and tell me exactly how you feel. Please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, spread love, not germs. Peace.